Hey! Hello! Hi! My name is Chroma. I'm Chroma the Sage. I'm a timeless, ageless cyber being. Nice to meet you. Tonight we're jumping back into the world of Cyberpunk 2077, my favorite game. It's kind of a miracle I've stayed away for this long. But we had to take a little bit of a hiatus for various reasons from it. But now I'm very, very happy to go back to it and check out our new patch tonight, patch 1.5. It's got some brand new, really sweet content for us. Before we get too much further, I'm gonna just get our homework done at the top of stream here. That being, if you're new here, I would like you to please check out the About section below me. All of the extras that I add in here for you guys to have fun with is down in the About section. That includes our links to YouTube, Twitter, and Discord. I highly suggest jumping in Discord because that is the best way to keep apprised of the channel, what's happening, when, who, where, what, how, all the above, as well as just interact with other members here in the community. I think if we have a little bit of dueling food and pet pictures, I think everyone will be happy. So that's the thing. We're also going to be we also added in a couple of newer commands as well as refurbished the current ones. So, for example, if you want to, while we're playing Cyberpunk tonight, figure out what kind of Cyberpunk you are, just use the command, "What am I?" Or if you're wondering what's going on, you can ask the 8-ball chat command. Or if you want to ask what's going on and not get a straight answer, then you can use Sundre 8-ball. Exclamation point, soon. And then of course we've got our commands there for like Prime and Lurk and the socials, whatnot. So make sure to check those out, please. I put them there for you. I want you guys to have as many fun toys and experiences here as possible. Hello, Drifter! Hello, hello! Good to see you again! Another little thing here, since we're doing homework at the top of stream, is blurps are enabled. Walk-on blurps are enabled for all Tier 1 subs and above. So if you want your own silly sound to play whenever the heck you want, get yourself a Tier 1 sub and enable blurps.
You're breathtaking! You're all breathtaking!
So you can do things like that whenever the heck you want. But fear not, if you don't want to subscribe or can't, I also have some unique blurps enabled in our chat points. I have a load of sound commands that you can use for a low price of 200 channel points. So spam that shit so we can all have fun with this. React along with stream. Or just ask for sagely advice. Since Cyberpunk is a much more graphically intensive program, I'm going to have to turn into two-dimensional chroma tonight. So this is the last you're going to be seeing of my beautiful three-dimensional face for most of stream. But hopefully you'll see it again by the end. So don't fret when I suddenly become two-dimensional and it looks a little weird and awkward. Let's see. Alright, I think I got all the homework out of the way. Oh, and of course, thank you for the latest follow, Grum Larkin. I did check out your channel, Grum. I think you're awesome. I can't wait to see more of your streams soon. Alright, while I get things situated here, does anyone have any questions for me, comments, concerns? How was your day? I should probably ask that. How has your day been? Let me pause that. Don't need this page. Don't need that page. I do need this one. The goat! The goat's here! The goat has arrived! That almost makes like a really good walk-on blurb too. Hello, hello. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to get back to Cyberpunk. I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty good. Got some things done today that I needed to get done. It was a little frustrating because I was having some technical difficulties earlier and was glitching the F out because I was so upset with things. But I think I got like 90% of what I really wanted to take care of before stream done. How about yourself? How you doing tonight? Hi, Karski's here too. Awesome. Jorgo's feeling meh. That's okay. That's okay. Hopefully I can bring you up a little bit. That's the thing, like, sometimes, like, meh days are okay, too, in general. Like, you can't always have the most amazing day of your life every day. It's okay. It's okay, because life comes at you in waves sometimes. Some days are amazing, and some days are just, eh. So, to reiterate real quick, if you didn't catch it at the top of the stream, I'm going to turn into two-dimensional chroma here in a moment. Because unfortunately, Cyberpunk is a rather graphics-intensive game. So, you're only going to be seeing me from, like, the neck up. It's going to look weird, but we'll get through this. It just feels weird to be squashed into one less dimension than I already am. Just this here. Nope, that is not what I wanted. I wanted this one. There we go. See? It's a little awkward, but we're just gonna have to deal with what we've got. Yep, I broke it myself. This feels weird almost because I've been away for so long too. I sound down just a little bit. Master volume, there it is. Yeah, that's better. My goodness. Like the settings in general, I don't think they messed with anything in here as far as I know. Why do you romance in the game? Or who do I romance in the game? My favorite love interest is actually River. But like runner up, if I could, would be Judy. Judy is really like my kind of girl. But Panam's awesome. She got the booty. Panam's got the booty. My goodness. So okay, good. I still have my save from when we did all the endings. Our level 50 save with all 9 endings. And then all the rest of this is our shotgun Terminator dude. So let's go back to that. I believe first time around we played as female V, female voice, female body type. Now we're playing as male voice, male body type. Yep, same old Cyberpunk. Vehicles spawning in and laying on top of people. Alright, already I'm getting new jobs. My goodness. Welcome home, welcome home. Robert Wilson is texting me. I can't remember who this Robert Wilson is. Regina's texting me. My gosh. Oh, good. I thought I was the only one that read that. Is why do you? Yeah. Sorry. Brain fart. Brain fart.
I see you did a great job out there.
I do my best. I do my best. I'm just letting them all like pop in here before I really start interacting with things.
The landfill is private property of Night City.
And we got Winter Jaguar! Yes! Hello! Welcome back, welcome back! Getting everyone tonight, my goodness. All my talent points are going to be gone too, because they completely redid the talent tree. Okay, there we go. There we go. Things have finally stopped popping in. Alright. Yeah, level up 56. Journal. I'm going to get a lot of messages there. Alright, let's see what I got for missions first. You're sick! No! No, I'm sorry! Yeah, allergies suck. Alright, so this was the one I was tracking. Yeah, I know that one. Professional Widow. What is this? Collect your reward. The Westbrook gigs are all done and dusted. Wakako says to your son. Okay, so this is definitely one of the new things. If you complete all of the missions, or at least most of the missions for any specific fixer, then they give you a reward at the end. A very, like, some sort of special, like, specialty item that is specific to them. So that's Wakako saying we're all done. And this must be another one. Yep, Regina. Finally, no more calls, no more Watson gigs. That's great. Yeah, I definitely got all the Regina stuff done. Any other new ones in there? I don't think so. I feel like there's lots of things that pop. Oh, right, the apartments. So that was the other thing. Now, instead of having our default apartment, we can actually go and purchase new ones. We can purchase new different apartments at different price points, and they have different features inside of them. Different things to interact with. So there's our Kabuki one. There's our Corpo Plaza one. I believe that's the most expensive. Yeah, 55. North Side, 5,000. Japantown, 15,000. 40,000 on the Glen. That one's still pretty high too. And as far as I know, we can have all the apartments at the same time. Actually, I kind of want to do this one before we go see Wakako. Yeah, let's go back to our regular house, or our regular apartment, and check that out. And then straight away, this is another feature that they changed. The map looks very different too. They changed up the coloration. They changed up the filters. I think I want to arrive home first, so then we'll check that out a bit more. Hello? Go here, please. Oh, I have to hold it now. Okay. Okay, that's good, actually. It was a little annoying at first, but, like, I can see why they changed it to where it's a hold thing, because many times I've accidentally clicked a point on the map and gone to a place that I didn't want to at the time. So that's good, that's good. How's my Mr. Bigglesworth? Where's my Bigglesworth? Where are you? Yeah, kitty, kitty, kitty. Yeah, kitty, kitty. Oop. Time to change up your look. Approach the mirror in your apartment or safe house and select the change appearance option. That's another new update. You don't have to be stuck with the look that you choose at the very start of the game. We could actually change our character look in game while we're playing. I heard you, kitty. Where are you? Where's my Bigglesworth? Where are? Oh, there you are. I missed you. How's my little cutie? Oh, you such a cutie. Mwah. Alright, so let me check this out since we're here. Ah, man, I'm still such a badass. Alright, change appearance. Hey! Yeah, it looks like for the most part it's all the same stuff from... Yeah, all the same stuff from original character creation minus changing her sex. That is awesome. Man, I forgot I gave myself so many scars too at the time. I really made this guy look super evil. My goodness. My goodness. Oops. I didn't change my nail color, did I? Okay, good. Okay. Trying to rotate him. Rotate. Rotate ow. Yeah, he looks interesting, doesn't he?
Oh no, he's high!
Why, yes, he is. Alright, I think I'm good with what we've got. I don't want to change him just yet. Kurva's character. Why does everyone assume I'm breaking the law? Just because I look like the villain in a story doesn't make me the villain. Alright, and now they've got a symbol on the map for the stash. That's interesting. Alright, at first glance, it doesn't look like I'm missing anything from the stash. I really overfilled this thing. All the fun collectible. Oh, my mods are in here. Is that automatic now? Oh, no, wait. Now I remember. Oops, didn't mean to take that one out. They said that the mods in general changed. So I think they like removed the mods on a lot of things and I have to put them back in manually. Did I? Where's my melee weapon? I could have swore I had a melee. Did I just accidentally deposit it? Okay, I got my shotty. Got my LMG. Don't need Fenris. Was I using Cottonmouth? Gosh, it's been so long. Alright, I'll just take Cottonmouth out for now. That one's probably too weak, though. We'll change that up later. Right, so... My gosh, these pants are so ugly. Mods. Yeah, all of my clothing no longer has a mod on it. Okay. Yeah, and my weapons don't, except for that one. Okay, so I guess the mods that are in my stash then must be the ones that were on the items in the stash. And that means I should have mods in here too. Job. Mods. Oh, that's cyberware mods. Attachments. There we are. Yeah, there's a lot of new quote-unquote mods in here. So these must be all the ones that they've removed from my equipment that I'm holding. Okay. Interesting. And then I do want to check the computer, because that's, that was one of the house things. That's one of the apartment things. Makeovers tab at the Easy Estates website. Easy Estates. Makeovers. Nice. Alright, so I can change the look of my current apartment as well as buy, or quote-unquote rent, but it's really buying a new, different apartment. Wait, why did that one update? Exit. Journal. Apartments. What? It said something about I got another one. I got another apartment for makeover one, I think. Just barely didn't catch that. Maybe it's under gigs. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Nope. Alright, maybe it was just completed. Probably just a completed one. Alright, so what do I want my new apartment to look like? Coronado Twilight, which looks like very steel, kind of chromish. Lunar Tranquility, which looks more like an Empire area on Star Wars, very white with steel accents. California Max, which looks very yellow, tints of teal, very cyberpunk look. Neon Sands. Ooh, I like the little yellow marble thing that's going on there. That's nice. A little bits of pink. I see Mr. Bigglesworth on the counter there. Nice little touch. Flamingo City, which has a magenta, pink, and gray accent color. And So Bred Tiger, which is taupe tones, it looks like, with a tiger print carpet. We got any purple apartments? I wish. I actually really like purple colors in general. Unfortunately. Although I suppose if I went and bought one of these other apartments, there might be a color purple for each one of these, too. So, looking around mine, this is, well, that's got a tiger print already. Is my default the tiger print one? Let's see here. So Bred Tiger. Yeah, I think this must be the default look. So, what are we thinking? Hot pink? Do we want yellow? Do we want white? Do we want this, neon with the marble yellow? This is wavy lines. Flamingo? We're thinking pink flamingo? Now that one is pretty hot. I gotta admit, that one's pretty hot. I should have enough money to get both. Yeah, let's do it. Oh my. Oh my. Wow. Wow. Oh, I love this. I would totally live here. The most evil looking dude with a pink bachelor pad. Hey, pink isn't always a feminine thing, you know. I wish we could just straight up buy that place, but that one's an endgame apartment. Ooh, I wonder if we can maybe, like, customize that one when we get to endgame story. That would be cool. Aw, this looks so awesome. Let's take a shower. Yeah, get our key. Even my toilet's all like orangey color, coral color. Boingy, boingy, boingy. Here, this hasn't changed. Oh, my weapon's yelling at me again. Do I don't have him on me though. Why is he yelling at me if I'm not? He's not even in my inventory. He's in the Skippy is yelling at me from the stash. From the stash in the box. I'm heck. I had to take pups out. It's 12 a.m. and I took some NyQuil so I might fall asleep. That's absolutely understandable, Jaguar. Perhaps I should talk in a more soothing voice so you fall asleep that much quicker. We're gonna do a little bit of ASMR here. Oh, what is my money is at? Okay, we're at about almost 87,000 for money. So instead, let's go in here. How much was that Corvo Plaza? 50, oh, that would use up a lot of my money if I went to Corvo Plaza. Might have to jump back into the game if they added all of this stuff finally. Yes, yes. And again, on PC. Play it on PC if you're solidly able. In fact, they still have that $30 sale going on Steam. And if you play it and don't like it, you can return it. I think they've got like a free play period where you can like play for up to 3 or 5 hours without having to pay for it or something. And then after that, it's only the $30. So get it soon, because I believe May 1st is when that sale ends. Best as I can recall. Ooh, I kind of like the Japantown one. I did see the Japantown one a little bit on that in the demo video that they were showcasing things. That one's not bad. That one's Corpo. This one's Northside. Ooh, Northside has little arcade thing going on there. Nice, nice. Glenn looks very this one looks like almost a glimpse of Carrie Uridine's apartment. Just all golds and chrome everywhere. Very shiny, very lit up. Metallics. Oh, man. So, any and all DLC, as far as I know, has been added outside of they're still kind of thinking about doing multiplayer. And gosh, I forget the other thing. That was the main thing. But they're counting this patch as quote unquote DLC. I hate when people call it DLC when it's fixing things. Fixing things isn't DLC, but that's what we're looking at. But here, let me pull this up real quick. Where's my launcher? Because it kind of has a nice little sum up in the launcher for me. Home. Here we go. Oh, I guess I can look through. I gotta look through the Steam notes maybe instead. There we go. There. And then this window. Alright, so of course we've got our apartment. And we've got being able to change our appearance in the mirror. And then we've got the reward for working with fixers until the very end, doing all of their missions, which we're just going to go do that. And then the customizable apartments, I see that. Oh, did I get a little buff when I took a shower? Hold on. So that was one of the other things that they showcased, and you can have now, is there's various things you can do in your apartment that actually give you a buff. That's new. I've never had to cough up blood while I'm in my shower. But in doing these,
I really am losing quite a lot of blood.
I know, right? This is bad. Like every time I take a shower, I cough up more and more blood. I need like a little bucket there or something. Put it back in myself. I feel like that paperwork there is new. I don't see a buff here. Let me open up my inventory. Maybe it's under stats? Huh. As in the demo, they showed it as like a little icon that appears right next to your name. Oh wait, actually, let me leave the apartment. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay, it's right next to your health bar there. That little plus sign. So that's my buff for taking a shower. There's various things around the apartment that give you these buffs. It's gonna be hard because I have a stuffy nose. I'm also a little deaf. Oh no, because of my allergies, and my lips are chapped. Top part of my mouth stings. Oh, I hate it when your lips are chapped, where like your lips stick together when you're trying to talk or breathe. It's just like pulling apart two pieces of tape. They're almost like meshed together, or like a really awkward piece of scotch tape. So there's that. What was the other thing? Don't worry, I'm seeing a doctor soon. Anyways, enough of how is your day and your week, your night. How is your stream? All of the things. All of the things. Yeah. I feel bad, Jaguar. I do. I feel bad for you, and I hope you do feel better soon, especially after a visit to the doctor, because sometimes you just don't know what you need until the doctor, like, slaps you upside the head and go, why didn't you do this? You know? So, right. Okay, I was talking about... I'll get back to how's my day in a minute here. I'm gonna go back to, patch stuff real quick. So in the patch here, so we talked about the buffs. Refreshed allows you to regenerate health during combat. If you possess the regeneration perk, this increases the combat health regen. Okay, so then we'll get to those later. Go to sleep. Oh, we can sleep and get the rested status. Gain 20% skill XP. Okay, so I'm probably going to want to rest before I do any missions. Brew coffee. Applies the energized status for 1 hour. Plus 25 max stamina. And 30 stamina regen. Oh, I need a coffee maker in my apartment now. Nice. Alright, we do have to go check out Wilson's. Wilson's has a few things for us. We're gonna go check out the crowds. There's some different things with the crowds and the driving and the vehicles. Of course, there's the balance mechanics. Quick hacking and PCs. Just kind of quick scrolling, seeing if there's something else I can show you here whilst in the apartment. V is now able to vault, climb, jump, sprint through glass that has been fractured. Ooh, I can't wait to check that one out. Fixed an issue where disposing a body into a crate could move V into walls or out of bounds. That's not DLC. Okay, so they list as part of this DLC patch a bunch of brand new missions and quests that you can do. And this list, on this page I'm looking at, this is like font size 8, and it's filling up the entire page and then some of new missions that can be done now. So there's lots of new content that, like, I'm on the fence whether to start a whole new character with all of this here, because this, scrolling through here, these are definitely some things that I've passed this point in the story, and I want to go back there and experience the new bits. Okay, graphics, environment, PC specific. Okay. So let me get back to this then. I swear, every single time I get older, my allergies come back stronger and more messy. Well, and it is a little bit of age and genetics too. Like, there's some things that folks are predisposed to the older that they get. Like, I have a friend who their knees is the bane of their existence. Like, when they were in their 20s, perfectly fine. Mid-30s, okay, they're starting to creak a little bit when I do things. And now they're early 40s, and everything they do hurts their knees. Everything. And from what they tell me, it runs in the family too. But oddly enough, only on the women's side. Like, the guys don't get it at all, but all of the women just get shit in their knees. I'm glitching out again. Glitching out. Alright, I think what I want to do next is figure out what apartment I want to buy and go to. I might be able to do multiple. Content idea. Chat chooses how new character... absolutely, please. This particular character, I asked chat a lot for input along the way, and I think they must have fallen asleep halfway through, because I had to choose a little too much of it. I want you guys to choose how the new character will look. And as I'm saying it, I'm deciding, yes, I do want to make a new character. But first, I want to check out what I can that I've unlocked so far here. But yes, we are going to be making a new character next time I play Cyberpunk, I think. Alright, so let's see what I've got. 85. Japantown looks good for 15. I think I want to hold off on Corpo, because that'll use up all of my monies. Glen is looking sexy. That would take away half of my money. Northside looks... I really do want to do Northside for sure. And then... Okay. Japantown, Northside. Let's do Japantown. Not, like, empty all of my money at the same time. There we go. Alright, I've got 2 out of the 4. I'm gonna have to get some more monies to unlock the rest. Make a new save while we're at it, too. We did a lot. And I know I haven't messed with my talent points yet. That's on purpose. I'm gonna walk around Night City with, not no talent points assigned right now. Oh, okay. Here's a. This is another change. I just now realized. Normally you have to hold down shift to sprint, and then as soon as you let go, you stop sprinting. But now it's a toggle. Now you push shift and you just keep running until you stop moving. That's really awesome. That's really good. And it looks like it still does use stamina. Just not as much as before, I think. Oh, something broke. Alright, so this is another new thing since the patch. Our good buddy at the gun store has a big old sale going on. And I love that this bullet here looks like it came from Skippy, doesn't it? Looks like it's one of the bullets out of Skippy. I like that it lists the guns over here too now. Nice, nice. What I was trying to look up and I couldn't find it in the patch notes at that exact moment was there. I think there is a new gun type that was added. Skippy is a gun. He's not a bullet. I probably should have taken him out of the stash. I can still do that before we leave the area. Alright, Wilson, what have you got for me? That's the Nico. Defender. Copper. Lexington. Unity. Nova. Unity. I don't see any new gun. Maybe it's just not in stock right now. Oh, wait, you are right. Yeah, the hologram of Skippy is. Yeah, I should totally just grab him before we go. I did hear the error. In fact, those errors tend to make me pause for a second. But it's kind of hard to tell when I'm two-dimensional, unfortunately. Oh, look. Oh, Mr. Bigglesworth. Oh, you are being adorable. Ah! Okay, scratch at the carpet. I don't care. You're too cute. So, the cat is supposed to be in a different spot randomly whenever you come into your apartment. And that is a new spot. Pre this patch, Skippy, Mr. Bigglesworth never scratched up the carpet and now he does. That's too adorable. Oop, that's not what I wanted. I wanted inventory. Give me Skippy. There we go. I think Skippy's still angry at me because I haven't turned him in. Yep. He don't like me. Okay. I was expecting more at Second Amendment. I think I'll have to wait until the inventory refreshes to get the new gun from them. Alright, so in the meantime then, I think what I'd like to do is find our new apartment that we just got. Oh wait, I can find it on the map. I can find it on the map because we just got the map update. So one was Japantown. The other one, what was it again? Filter jobs, service point, custom, dynamic, custom. I want your apartments and vehicles. Where is my apartments and vehicles? There's my vehicle over there. Where's my apartment? I just bought it. Why isn't it not even showing this one? I am confuzzled. Let's just go to dynamic then. For the main one. Okay, that's gigs. Side job. That's where that is. Cyber Psychos. The real apartment is the friends we make it along the way. Yes. Like, I like how the different missions have different symbols now, finally, instead of just walking up on it and going, oh, that's one's a Cyber Psycho. Good to know. While you're actively engaging in it. Okay. Well, I know one of them was in Japantown. What if I just zoom in on Japantown? Maybe I'm too far out. Yeah, I was too far out. There we go. There. We'll go Japantown first. My goodness, the game is acting a bit wonky. Bit slow. That's okay. Just remembered. I should still have the nudity sensor turned on and the copyright music things turned off. Okay, good. Okay, we're good. Alright, so this is my new apartment. Oddly enough, this is where a mission normally would be. I wonder if what happened to the mission or if it's still here. Apartments. So Skippy, how you doing today? That's good to know. Where style meets character. Make yourself comfortable. Stay a while. Soak up the vibe. Nice. Alright, let's close the door. Don't want strangers wandering in. So, of course, very general oriental aesthetic. This is generally the same layout as the mission, the apartment that's in the mission down below me. Kitchen area. Nice. Bathroom. So I can still, I got another mirror here. I got another shower. I can sit down at a chair. Nice. Alright, because we're V, we're gonna drink and smoke. Because that's the thing you do as Johnny Silverhand, V. Drink and smoke. Alright, let's put that shit out. It's dangerous. It's a cancer stick. Get myself a little drink. Get myself a little drink more. And drink a little more. Everything's all weebly wobbly. Alright, so that, yes, that definitely gave us a boost. The XP boost up there is from us sleeping, but then that drink boost, what does that do? Where is it? Where can I see it? Street cred rewards, armor, health. Can't like hover over it with my mouse. Hold on. Maybe it's just general drunkenness. Other. Oxygen, carrying capacity. Where do I see buffs and debuffs? It should be under stats. Does it just not tell me? Maybe I have to like look up what it actually does. Ah well. New shard. I can play the guitar. Nice. So one of the things that they were saying during this like video where they showed things off was a lot of these changes to the apartment and the buffs and everything they kind of put in as a hope that people would use this as a RP kind of a thing. Or like they eventually when they get the multiplayer in here, then people can visit each other's apartments and do these activities as they do their RP stuff. Yeah, more GTA Online kind of stuff. Alright, looks like guitar doesn't give me any buffs. What about sitting here? I like the posters. Very cool. Oh, this is the TV watching spot in the apartment. Okay, good to know, good to know. How about burning incense? Oh no, the goat got in! The goat got in my new apartment! He's gonna chew on everything! Mr. Bigglesworth, save me! Is that it? Just burning the incense? Okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Alright, Jogro, you have yourself a good sleep. Thank you for dropping in tonight. Goodbye! I like the general lived-in feel in this apartment so far, too. Like, our initial apartment did feel very, like it was kind of a model. And this one, like, look, there's dirty clothes on the floor, there's, you know, posters everywhere, there's, like, instruments and music and stuff. Mr. Bigglesworth used tackle on the wild goat. Not very effective. This is my stash? Oh, this is my stash room. Okay. Okay. I believe that it should carry over apartment to apartment. Yeah, so my stash is carrying over apartment to apartment. It's not separate. Anything else that I can do in here? Kind of check me out. Open the window! Let's see what the view's like. Not a very good one. It's a very closed off view, actually. That one a little bit. Okay, there we go. There we go. I can look out this window. Such a colorful part of the city. Nice, nice. I like this apartment. This is cool. This is very cool. Hey, 14 bucks just kind of laying around. Nice. Alright, we're gonna be that neighbor that leaves the music on while we leave our apartment. And, let's get out of here. I want to go check out apartment number 2 that we got. Because this was the one that they kind of, showed off in their little demo video. But I haven't seen the interior of any of the other ones before. Alright, map! I'm the map. Okay, so that's last call. Oh, there's our vehicles. Is that Ripper Dock? Yeah, that's Ripper Dock. That's a cool symbol for the Ripper Dock. Tarot cards. This one? North Side. Yeah, that's our new one. Okay, let's head to North Side. That was one of the cheaper apartments. But I got it because I wanted to see multiple spots. There we go. Nice. Nice. So that demo video that I was watching, where all the devs were playing and kind of explaining things along the way, I guess they had some live chat going on, because every once in a while they'd go, "Oh, so and so in chat asked this question," and one of the questions was, "Does Mr. Bigglesworth, or whatever the heck his name is, follow you apartment to apartment?" And am I going the right way? No, this way. Okay. And the dev said something along the lines of, "We can't, that cat that's in your original apartment stays in that apartment. But we can't say anything further about that." So it was heavily insinuated that each apartment could have a different cat or even a different pet, I bet. And that's one of the things I'm super excited to find out. Like, someone's gonna data mine the shit out of that sort of thing, I bet. And event sooner than later, we're gonna find out that each one of these apartments gets a pet, I bet. I'm gonna have a different Mr. Bigglesworth per apartment. Authentically functional. It's not cramped, it's cozy. Right, it's not a bug, it's a feature. This is definitely why this was the cheapest of the apartments. Oh my goodness. This is all there is just this room, isn't it? And then this is stash just off to the side. And then that's the bathroom off to the side. Oh my goodness. Talk about bachelor pad, right? Oh my goodness. This is where you live if you're like one of the Maelstrom guys. Can I tell me I can play this? What? What? I want a little buffer playing the thing. No. And I can go to sleep or I can use the computer. You can't just put that in the middle of my apartment and not let me play it. They need to fix that. There's no, like, side activities in here other than stash, shower, and vanity mirror. They don't have, like, light the incense or brew some coffee. Okay, so that's probably one of the reasons why you might want a more expensive apartment versus a cheaper one. Because, the more expensive, I bet, has more activities that gives you more buffs and stuff. Yeah, this is a why would I even go here kind of apartment. My goodness. Do I keep bumping into something? That's weird. That's weird. New Cyberpunk update idea. Let me save Jackie. Yes! Is there a way to save Jackie, please? I'd rather lose, like, my puppy or something than lose my best friend, Jackie. I swear, left and right in this game, I just lose friends. I make a friend and I lose one. That's what the game is all about, is you make friends around Cyberpunk, around the I can't talk. You make friends around Night City and then you lose them right away. I'm so glad I saved that cat food, too. I've got spare cat food. I need to find, like, a shard that says, feed the puppy. Or feed the lizard. That way I'll get a new pet or something. Alright, so that was our second apartment. Very rundown area of the city, but wonderful. Rooms available! Alright, one of the other things that we had was Wakako. She had a reward for us for doing all of her side stuff. There. Let's go to Wakako next. Down here. Oh, did I miss it? I could have just... I could have done that while I was there. Oh well. My goodness. probably just collect it from a drop box if it's over here. I was hoping to actually talk to Kako.
Who do I spy? A happy new gun owner, I hope.
Fix your inventory. I want the new gun.
Enjoying the weather? Average temperature in the city have remained stable.
In general, things do look visually like a little cleaner than before. I don't know if that's any, like, if that's just me imagining things or if that's part of the update, but like the lines in general look cleaner. Less environmental, static, I guess.
So,
Shit.
oh, I read it.
Why is it telling me to go that way?
Delta the fuck out of there.
Hold on. Let me actually read the mission then. You know, I think I'll just go visit Wakako, because the map is telling me to basically go to the elevator, but then the mission itself is telling me to go to Wakako, so I might as well just go to Wakako, which is over there. Weird.
The fuck were you thinking? There's a reason.
So one of the updates was they updated how vehicles behave, both in the balancing of the vehicle itself as well as AI vehicles, like how they interact with each other and you along the streets. I can't speak to the police chase itself, but I think before we end stream tonight, we're gonna get in some trouble and see what the police do. Initially in the game, how it was initially presented was if you did crimes, if you did things that weren't allowed, the police would generally just kind of spawn in nearby and overwhelm you. Now they spawn in, but in a more realistic way. So like they won't spawn in, like if you're standing on a ledge, they won't spawn in on your ledge. It's more like they'll spawn in a car on the road nearby. Yes. Bloody mayhem! Which is what this particular character is all about here. As you can tell by his look. So, I think we're gonna find out. We're gonna take some time and find out about the police stuff, because I'm curious too. Right, we need to go down a level. Get to Wakako. I love Japantown in general. If of anything, it is the most cyberpunky feeling area of Night City. It has got the most in common with cyberspace, cyberpunk action. This way. The fuck?
Here, kitty kitty, what's the rush?
The fuck? The fuck? Johnny? Okay, so half a second there, I saw him spawn in, and I was like, oh, like the back of my brain, I was thinking, oh, the game is just glitching again. As, you know, I run through this area at a fast pace, it's spawning in a random NPC, and they're just figuring out whether they want to sit or stand. No, that's Johnny doing his thing. Randomly in some spot, and it made a sound. I don't know if you guys caught that. It kind of did a whoop sound, and he's not disappearing either like he usually does when you look away. Johnny? Ah! Damn it, I didn't mean to shoot. Sorry. I shot at a national treasure. I apologize. I'm sorry. Who let you out of my head, Johnny? Well, that was a little early chaos that I didn't mean to do yet. Alright, Jaguar, you have yourself a good sleep as well. Thank you for dropping in tonight. I hope you do feel better about after your doctor's appointment, too. Keep me in the loop. I will worry about you a little bit in the meantime. But I do hope you get a good rest. I mean, you might not be wrong.
Hey, you looking for some company tonight?
No, not right now, ma'am. So yeah, that was one of the things they updated was the how the crowds behave when you cause mayhem too. Like I threw up a couple shots and these guys ran off. They're gonna do it again here. Let me get close to people. Pew pew. There we go. See, that's another thing. Instead of running away, you have a X% of chance of someone on the street, instead of running, pulling out their own weapon and going after you. Bloody mayhem. Hey! I'm just trying to get to a Kako. And now the police are after me. Alright, I guess we're figuring this out now. Alright, mayhem time. Where's the police? Where's the police? I'm a 1 star. Maybe I should stay near the mayhem. There's one. I'm doing this without talent points assigned either, so I'm probably gonna die quickly. Oh, there's one. I'm gonna be a cop killer. Headshot, headshot, headshot. Thank you, Skippy. Man, Skippy is the best. Ooh, I died so quick.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
Yes! Yes! Oh, what delicious bloody mayhem.
Be new gun owner, I hope.
Oh, is that where I'm loading in? Wait, did I? Okay, yep, okay, this is a good spot. That's fine. I'm gonna test this out just a little bit more since we're on bloody mayhem time. Let's try to get as many stars as possible and see what happens. I'm gonna call my car so that we can get some distance and get some stars. Actually, I should call my motorcycle. Get a little maneuverability. Get my arch. Taste the love. Vehicle? Yes, Jackie's Arch. Oh, Archie poo. Okay, there we go. Alright, now I have it handy when I need it. Pew pew! Pew pew! Pew 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 pew! I have to reload. Oh gosh, where's my heal? It's been so long. Alright, I need more mayhem. Oh, here's some police. I have a grenade. Oh, I still have my invisibility. 2 stars. Oh man, my invisibility is actually lasting a lot longer too. Nice. Three stars. Ugh. Help me, Wilhelm, help me!
Anyone call backup?
Bloody mayhem!
Fire!
Oh, I need help. I need help. I need help. Get on! Go, 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 go! Oh! I blew up my vehicle. Ah well, ah well. I might not be the best person to be able to test this police chase thing. I think that's probably the first time I've actually gotten up to 4 stars too in the game. Because I normally, like, if I even get 1 star in the game, I start freaking out. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I just suddenly turned very Canadian. But oh my goodness, I missed that though. I missed the bloody mayhem of the game too. Love this game so much. Yeah, I forget vehicles are basically grenades. Yes, I forgot that too. I was like, I was gonna jump on my motorcycle, drive away, and either instigate the police chase, or like get away from the incident that incited the 4 stars. Why did I go this way again? Oh, right, Kako.
There's a reason Max Tack exists here.
Keep forgetting that was my initial mission, was I was gonna go talk to Wakako, and I keep getting distracted by things. I wonder if I can kill the gun shop owner. I doubt it. That would be a terrible idea. No, not today, not today. He's my buddy. He sells me guns. I don't want to kill him. Tearing up my heart when I'm ready.
Average temperatures this month
When we are
to be
apart,
overrated.
I feel it soon. Alright, Wakako should be over here-ish. Yeah, this one here. Mega Building 8. Wake the fuck up, mommy. I just pissed the bed. Insert cyberpunk music. Wake up, samurai. We've got a bed to piss. Sorry if I go dark for a bit. I'm playing Genshin right now. It's very absolutely. That's fine. That's fine. And I'm still just kind of discovering new things too here and there too. Oh, I just remembered. My lovely pink gun here reminded me that they also added in weapon customization. I should be able to change the color of my gun now. Is Johnny gonna pop in again over here just by chance? I'm curious. Yep. I like that it does the sound effect too.
What's the rush?
It's a little more noticeable with the sound effect. Alright, Wakako, what have you got for me? Good to see you, by the way,
Hello.
BJ.
You wanted to talk?
Yes, you had a reward for me? Maybe? Or not? Why?
What is it?
Why? Do I have to find a drop box? Is that how I'm gonna get my reward? Should be a drop box over here, right? Best I can remember. There?
Yo, ever try rainbow poppers? Purple haze? Got every color under the sun, I do.
Yeah, not now, lady. I'm trying to find a drop box. Okay, let me zoom in. Maybe it'll show me on the map. Junk shop. Food. Junk shop. Drop boxes are over there. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Surely, if I get a reward, it's going to be in a drop box somewhere. Surely. why does it keep telling me that I need to get it back home? Doesn't make sense. Why does it keep telling me that I need to get it back at my apartment instead of at Wakako's? There's not... Well... There's a drop box near my apartment. Maybe that's where I'm supposed to be.
Gun owner, I hope.
Yeah, okay, yeah, now it's telling me to go this way. I think the problem is the blue line versus the teal line. It looks too similar. I think I was following blue line instead of teal line. Okay, it's telling me to go back to my apartment. And then here... Is it in my stash? Is my reward in my stash? Dying Night. I already had a Dying Night, and I'm pretty sure I upgraded it. Kongu, Chaos, Widowmaker, Fenrir, Black Unicorn. That one's new. Spent most of the time collecting dust on Wakako's desk, except for the occasionally heated negotiation. Okay. Okay, so the reward for getting all the stuff done with Wakako was a new sword. Good to know. Good to know. Let's take a look. I'm curious to see what this looks like. Ooh, nice. Let me get it in the light. Oh, that's a sexy sword. Little damask pattern on the blade. Lots of gold accents. I love that when you first pull out a weapon, it does like a little bit of a flourish. Like the first ever time you equip it and you pull it out, it does that little flourish. And this time you got the scabbard. Oh, that's really cool. Nice. Thank you, Wakako. Thank you. Alright, so that means that the other one under Gig might be in there too. Collect your reward. From Regina. Alright, so yep, it's pointing me this way. Pointing me to stash. So what would Regina give me? Satori, cocktail stick, scalpel, Kongu, Black Unicorn, Dynamite, Chaos, Widow. Maybe it's under clothing item, which I've got a lot of new clothing item. I've got a lot of clothing stuff. What would Regina give me? This I already have. Yeah, I've already had that one for a while. Hopefully it'll have the iconic background to it too, so it looks different. This? Oh, that's just cyberware. God damn it, Regina, what did you give me? One of these? Okay, that's different. Alright, they added a feature and now they gotta fix it again. Basically, these little rewards from the gigs, from the fixers, it's extremely difficult to figure out what is your reward in your stash from the fixer. Like, I'm basically gonna have to take every single thing out of here and put it all the way back. Yeah, I already had that one. Damn it! Damn it, Regina! What did you give me? Let me just take all the weapons out at least. There, does that work? Nope. Gonna have to take all the shit out. Because one of these is gonna be from Regina. I can't complete the mission without collecting all the things. It does piss me off a little bit that it is a clothing item. It better be like super cool looking. I hope that it's like fully upgradable. Because otherwise, it's just kind of dumb. Like, if at a low level you complete all the Regina missions and you get a clothing item that you can't upgrade, and it's just cool for like a level and then you're done with it. It's too bad they don't have a way to sort in your stash that will show reward items. Yeah, that's exactly what... Oh, actually? Nope. I could have sorted by new items, but I'm in too deep now. I'm already most of the way through this. Besides, I needed to get all the mods out of my stash anyways, too. Inventory is just so stuffed. I have so much organizing to do later with this. Well, I somehow got the thing from Regina. Whatever it was, I've got it. My goodness. And it's not one of these. It can't be. Yeah, I've already had that one. Okay, sort by... See, I can't even... all of them are going to be new items since I just pulled them out of the stash. What would Regina give me? She's a former police officer, so she would probably give me, like, body armor, or... Man, I wish it was a cyberware mod. That would be nice. Yeah, let's look at the body armor stuff. That's none of these. Oh well, I'll sort through that later. We'll figure it out later. Let's make a new save since we did some shit. I suppose I could revert to one of our previous saves and then buy the other apartments and take a look at those, because that way I'd be able to figure out whether I want to keep the shit apartments or splurge for the nicer ones. Yeah. Oh, I didn't do the different looks on the apartments either. I wonder if I can do that from here, or if I have to be in the apartment. God damn it, Bigglesworth, you're being too adorable. Oh my goodness. That's a new spot, too. He was definitely not laying there before. Oh, you're too cute. You're too goddamn cute. Oh, and he does a little head shake. Ah. Okay, I think I have to be in the apartment then. Alright, so let's try that. Let's go to the actual apartment. Going so slow because I picked everything up. To be fair, I didn't use the stash all that much when I played. Yeah, I'm unfortunately very much a collector. I have to. Because I keep stuff just for the look, and then I might upgrade it later on, so I have like a really cool looking thing that actually works for me armor-wise later on. Oh, I should look at the crafting stuff too. I wonder if we can craft like different colors of things now too, or whatnot. As if I can actually change the color of weapons. Okay, I can't do it here. Maybe it's in the crafting that I can change the colors of weapons. Let me find something that I can craft. Here, we'll craft a quasar. Inventory. Quasar. Why is it not allowing me to change the color? Did I tier wrong? Maybe I heard them wrong. I could have swore they said that you could change the color on the weapons now. Maybe I just heard them wrong. I'm so slow. Please tell me I can double jump here, because, ah, damn it. I don't want to take the stairs, I'm too fat. There we go. There we go. Alright, now let's go to the computer here. Maybe you change it in the crafting screen? Let me see. Oh, upgrades. Maybe that. Nope, that just upgrades the stats. Huh. Am I dumb? Maybe it's a mod I attach. Let me go here. This is a weapon I use. Mod. Attachments. Nope. Ha. Ha. I'm confuzzled. Okay, it looks like you can't change the appearance of this apartment. Maybe it's only on unique guns. Oh, that actually might be it. Yeah, let's go to a unique one that I can actually craft. Is Carnage unique? I don't think, no, Carnage isn't unique. I don't have my crafting skill that high either. That's the problem. All right, Bayako is a unique weapon. So it's not a mod I can do. Unequip, disable comparison, back. No. No. I should test that theory though. Like when I do get my crafting skill up, maybe I can on the named weapons, the named unique weapons, I might be able to change the appearance as I'm crafting them. Yeah, like scalpel. I don't see the option in here though. That's just regular crafting. I don't see the option to change the color in the moment. Alright, I think what I'm going to do then is load our previous save, like the one when we first popped in, here, where we didn't spend any money. That way I can see what the other apartments look like. Maybe I'll stick with the choices we made with the purchases. Maybe I'll change them up, but I'll make that final decision after I see the other apartments. Alright, get my ass back home. It's gonna start popping in all the new missions too. That's why it's going a little bit slow right now. In the background it's like, oh, do this, do this, do this, new content, new content. It's very interesting though. I'm not unhappy with most of this. I'm very happy that they added in so much. When I thought that they were going to be mostly just fixing things, they actually added in a lot of new content. My unmodified apartment. Remember that shooting competition meant to wrangle up some new customers? Yeah, it didn't. Real fucking shocker, ain't it? Anyway, want to hold a sale now. Truth is, ain't got much other choice, but that's just between us. Strat for Eddie, so I'm putting up for some rare pieces. Cheaper than a Westbrook Joy Toy. Better bang. See, that's what I kept checking in on the shooting range guy over there about. Because apparently he's supposed to have like some new guns, or a new gun or new guns. I think I'll check on him again after we do this. Alright, so we checked the Japantown, we checked the north side. I do want to see what the Glen looks like. Do I have enough to also get Corpo, or do I have to reload? I do have enough, yes! Because I didn't spend any money on my current apartment, so we can do that. Alright, I kind of want to do Corpo last, because that one being the most expensive, it probably has the most features. Let's check out Glen first.
Got another dry sun.
Which one was Glen again? Corpo's in the middle for sure. Glen should be here? I think Glen is down here. Wouldn't be there. No, so here makes the most sense. Fixer there. Upper dock there. Wouldn't be down here. No. That one's our Corpo. No, that one's Glen. Okay. That one's Glen. There's Corpo. Okay, okay. Just a little jaunt to the south. We got this. We got this. Yeah, definitely happy that they changed the hold down mouse button to fast travel instead of just the single click, because that's a lot better than, oops, I clicked the wrong thing and I'm suddenly where I don't want to be. Okay, so I just looked at the patch notes for 1.5 and it doesn't look like they added color customization, only the ability to change stuff about your character. Okay, okay. Maybe I did get my wires crossed there. Maybe it's like they plan to in the future or something. Ooh, Glen is kind of nice, actually. And that sucks. I really wish I could have changed the colors on my guns. Yoink. Valentino. Practically a war going on outside, but I don't care. I'm just doing my thing. Oh, that's right, because the Glen is run by the Valentinos. That's why I'm seeing them everywhere. And all the graffiti and stuff. Yeah, we're definitely gonna trick out a new character soon. I want to finish checking things out, but we're next time we stream Cyberpunk, we're gonna start fresh again. Glen apartment rented, where tradition meets modernity. A designer loft with an unbeatable view. Ooh, I can't see the wait to see the view. Same, I went to Myrtle Lake with my mini violet violence. It is nice that they have the stash area have a automatic door. This is very clean, very well lit kind of stash. I like this, and it's got a server area. Nice, nice. A little bit of a junk area down here. This feels more like the house I would have as a cool hacker dude, because it's got the servers in there, and the rest of this is very clean. Clean looking, very straightforward. Very modern. Can I adjust the colors in this one? Nope, doesn't give me the option. So it looks like only your original apartment you can change the colors of, to kind of redecorate your OG apartment. Ah, this is cool. Nice little loft area. Ah, nice, nice. Oh, I love this place. Definitely a big view of the city. Jeez. Coffee! Coffee, 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 coffee. It said in the notes you get a buff for making coffee. There's my buff. Nice. Lovely little loft apartment. Let's play some pool. What? My sentiment exactly. That should have gone in. Alright, and then I'm guessing this is the TV watch area. Yep, yep. That's a huge ass TV. Okay, and then up here is probably shower, I'm guessing. Bed. And bath. That's cool, that's cool. Don't need a wardrobe, just need a little rack to throw your stuff on. Nice. Nice. That's a huge ass mirror too. Lovely little shower. Didn't burp up any blood this time around. Nice. I like this place. I definitely like this place. Definitely way better than that crappy, like, row apartment place that we were at. Like, why would I even have that one other than just a place to go to my stash real quick? Such a throw. Like, it's more of a hidey hole, like hide from police or something kind of apartment than anything. But this one's nice. Alright, last but not least, let's check out Corpo Plaza 1. If this was the second most expensive, then Corpo's gotta be, like, the best of the best. This is a little annoying. It seems like every time I pull up the map, it takes a while to load in. That's a bit annoying. Hey there, Disgruntled. Good to see you. I'm doing okay. So short answer to that is this is actually my second on-stream playthrough of this. So we've gone through all 9 versions of the ending, and this particular one I picked up and then put back down for a while, and now we're coming back to it now that we've got the 1.5 patch and we're checking out the new patch content. This particular playthrough, I want to estimate we're halfway, a little over halfway most of the missions. But already I'm talking like we're just going to have to start fresh. Like after I kind of see a lot of the new content, I think just next stream that we play Cyberpunk, we're going to start fresh with a new mission, with a new character, I mean. They would never expect a criminal to live in a shit apartment, right? Oh, nice. Nice. Already I'm liking the Corpo one. I really should have checked out that last one during the daytime for that view, but oh well. Good evening, ma'am. Just heading into my apartment. I'm very surprised I didn't set off any alarms. Any mail? Nope, no mail for me. Yeah, we on our full playthrough, we had so initially you're presented with like 3 traditional endings in the game, but if you do the secret steps to get high reputation with Johnny, there's another 4th one, and then if you take the easy way out, that's a 5th one. And most of each one of those have a different version of each ending. So they branch again twice. So minus the quote-unquote easy way out ending, you have 9 total endings in the game. It gets nuts. It gets really nuts. Nice, nice. I love this. I'm just going to wander around the halls a little bit. I'm curious. Okay, that just goes there. Okay, let's go in. Quality construction, classic style, 0 compromises. Your ideal home awaits you in the heart of Night City. I gotta say, I'm not a corpo at heart myself, but I don't mind living the high life. At first glance, I kind of do prefer the last apartment to this one. Still has a killer view, though. Quite nice. Wasn't able to find Johnny's gear? Yeah. It does take a bit of doing. It does. I did find Skippy, too. Here, let me, can I whip out my gun out here? No, I can't. He's on me right now. He's not happy because I didn't turn him into Regina. But I might eventually, because I really don't need him on this particular build. Okay, it looks like you can't adjust the look of this particular apartment either. So all 4, 5, whatever it was, of the new apartments, it looks like you can't change the interior look at all. But your default apartment, you can change the 4 or 5 different ways. I found 2 in my playthrough. 1 I found in that alley, and the second I broke into a mansion, it was there as well. Yes, yes, yes. There is, basically one per inventory slot, you've got an item. You got shoes, you have pants, glasses, shirt, and jacket. And I don't think there's a hat, but there is a gun. And you get the gun for Johnny in one of the main missions. Oh, well, actually it might be a side one technically. It's been a while. But yeah, his Mandalorian arms. You found 2 Skippies? How did you find 2 Skippies? Or was it just the same style of gun? Yeah, I don't like the corpo place. And I'm not finding any like obvious buff things to get here too, other than the shower. Showers look pretty nice. Like, shower and bed, it seems like no matter which apartment you're in, you can probably get that buff. But I don't see any extra ones like the coffee or anything like that where you can get a little buff. I mean, I guess it would be a little bit overdone if everything gives you a buff that you can do in your apartment.
Ah, shit!
Ah, you're fine. Stop whining. Oh, here's coffee. Here's coffee. I spoke too soon. I turned the first one into Regina, and later when I was in a big mansion on the east side of the city, I think it was in there again, I reactivated the return to Skippy to Regina again. You broke into her house? I didn't even know that was an option. I have to try that now. Oh, that's really cool. That is super cool. And they were I mean, I guess it's obvious that it's Skippy because it's the only talking gun. So yeah, you had to have found 2. Only one at a time, but yeah. Yeah. Disgruntled, you just did something that is near impossible. You taught me something new about this game. I'm very much a Cyberpunk 2077 nerd. And you telling me something I didn't know, I am so happy for that. Thank you. You gave me a juicy new bit of information. I wonder if it's still possible outside this patch now. Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up. I keep drinking tea, but I'm trying to get that other thing on the counter here. Just because I'm OCD, I want to pick things up. There we go. Got it. Oh man, this view does look awesome in daylight. Nice. And then there's our little TV watching area. With the PC. Alright, I think I'm good checking out the new apartments. Oh wait, I can sit here. Oh, so I can smoke and drink. Okay. So it looks like there's multiple apartments I can smoke and drink at. Good to know. Good to know.
Of course. I don't care how. Then find them.
Ma'am, can you take that inside?
I need those flowers.
You're
That's
waking up the
it.
neighbors. So, since we did all 9 endings already on stream here, I'm not going to be playing the game long enough to do that again. But I do want to play this again and get a lot of things done that I haven't shown on stream before. Like, there's certain missions that I didn't exactly show off first or second time around. Big a lack of empathy. Alright, so we did show off, though, each apartment. We showed off the... Okay, so whatever was in this slot, I think I just plain lost it. I wonder if they took it away from me. What the heck did I have as my third weapon? I can't remember. I mean, I usually put a melee weapon for my third slot. Why would they take that away? Oh! I know why. I think that was my dildo. I think that was my Meredith dildo. Did they remove it from the game? Oh no! Okay, let me look at our patch notes. I gotta see if they removed the dong. 5.1. Did they remove dildo? No obvious results on Google. I do have censored mode turned on, which previously that would turn my dildo into this thing that looks like the tube that you use in like the pneumatic things at the bank, like one of those canisters, but I would still have it, and the stats would generally be the same. Okay. I'm not gonna ruin my search history right now too much further. But I don't think they removed it. I think. Or maybe it's something that, like, instead of holding that cylinder, maybe you only can have it, period, on the uncensored version. Maybe, because, like, the last time that we did that particular mission on stream and we made love to Meredith Stout, I couldn't pick it up. And then this patch hit, and now it's not even in my inventory like it was before. So maybe they altogether removed it from the censored version, and like you just plain can't get it unless you're fully playing start to finish on uncensored. Oh, I did. Okay. Let me load up that save then. Let me load up that... Hold on, where was I? This one. That one. Okay, that save we went off there. I think it was this one. What was it, that save? You know what? I'm staying right next to the stash here. Let's do that one. Let's check my stash there. Maybe that's it. Oh yes, I mean, if I had my way, I would absolutely keep the sexual content turned on for Twitch, because I don't care about nips, but Twitch Chan does. Twitch Chan cares a lot about nips, so I try to keep the nips off of stream. But if where are my items? Are they all in? Oh, okay, I did. This must be after I took them all out. Okay. Okay, so under melee, I have 0 tubes or dildos. So yeah, if I had my way, I would keep the nips on stream, because that's not the bad thing about this game. Nips are nips. Sexuality is sexuality. It happens from human to human. It's just what happens in human nature. The bad shit in this game is the emotional trauma, the rape, the people being chopped up alive, the people getting hacked into, and false memories put in their brain. All the things that make these cyberpunk genre cool and traumatizing all at the same time. That's what should be censored or not, you know? Literally the bloody mayhem that happens on top of the emotional trauma. Fucking everything that happened with, oh god, what was her name again? I'm gonna find her in here. Evelyn Parker. Everything that happens to Evelyn Parker after the shit hits the fan, that's the bad stuff in the game. The quote-unquote bad things. That's the things that make this game an adult game. Is all the shit that happens to Evelyn. Yes. This is the dark world that this is, though. Blood, violence, and slight racism, but that's a fine titty or a ding-a-ling band. Yes. Show off all the violence and racism that you want, but do not have any sexual content. Like, my goodness. That one pimp. I wanted to... Yes. Mr. Fingers or Mr. Hands. That, like, does the, puts in the shitty mods for people, and he acts like he's doing them a favor. Yeah. There was actually... I think I actually might have a clip on my YouTube of me beating the shit out of him because he needed it. He is a piece of trash, yes. That's the thing, like, unfortunately, Fingers has one of the best mods that you can possibly get in the game, too. He has, like, a heart or something. Let me look under cyberware. I'm pretty sure it's in the circulatory system slot, but it's basically a heart that gives you something like 25% stamina boost, or 25% health boost, or 25% armor boost. One of those base 3, where, like, if you've got a high body attribute build, you want that shit. But my last play, or on this character, I think it was, when we went to that point, I was like, I don't care, I can live without that. I'm beating the shit out of this guy. Even though I'm a high body attribute build on this. Yes, if you don't beat him up, are you even human anymore? Yes, he is just a piece of trash. I know. Like, I want to plan it out better, where I can get a high enough reputation from him where I get the mod, and then do the mission later where I can beat the shit out of him. But I didn't do it the right way the few times that I've played this game so far. And I've paid the price by not getting the mod, but he's paid the price by being a shithead, so it works out evenly. Where are you, Bigglesworth? Oh, he's such a cutie. He's such a cute... I'm so glad they put in, like, new spots for him to hang out. He's such a cute cat. My goodness. Okay, so since I know I want to start a whole new character next time, I think what I want to do is go back to this save before I did any shit. I think in this world being truly human is more a loose idea. Oh, so disgruntled, a little bit of a thing there. So that kitty there, that is one of the secrets that has been in the game since its initial release to the public. What I'm gonna do here is delete the shit that I've done here, and I'm gonna show you a little. I'm gonna show you the trick while we have a moment. Delete, 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 delete. Because I want to do some special stuff off screen with this particular save before we start our new character. But up to this point, you can get that cat for that apartment. And I'm going to show you how to get that cat for that apartment. But, in this little demo video that they showed the public, just like the 24 hours, the 88 hours or something before they released this latest patch, chat asked the developers while they were playing it, does the cat follow you from your old apartment to your new one? Does the cat appear in your new apartment? And to that, the developers said, no, that cat stays in that apartment. Pause. And that's all we can say about that. So in other words, it was heavily insinuated that you can get either a different cat or maybe a different pet altogether in the different apartments that they just released. So I'm very, very excited to discover that particular secret. I'm going to do my own little homework too, but as far as I know, I don't think anyone has found the secret to the different pets in the different apartments. It looks like one of the cats in the alley by your... It is. And that's what kind of makes it special too, is this particular cat, even before you capture it, it makes appearances throughout the game. Like, over near Vic the Ripperdoc, which is there, which is like just a block or two away from your core apartment where you can get it. It's, and if you, like, you can lean down and pet it, and Misty says something in the moment like, oh, that used to belong to Mr. So-and-so. He lived nearby, but he's no longer with us. Something like that. And then later on, you can get this secret. So while we're standing here, we're going to get a lot of new missions, because this is the save that I just pulled up since the patch. This is the pre-patch save. Looking at our apartment. Okay, let me see here. I'm still looking for info on that second... Yes. Tell me if you do find that, please. So, looking at our apartment here, you got your tarot card on the right-hand side. Got hallways to the left, hallways to the right. What you want to do is go down the hallway to your right. And then around this corner, and then you see this dumpster on this corner from your apartment here. This wall dumpster will have a shard sitting on this tub or maybe on the floor right there. And it won't pop in like as soon as you load in the game. You have to do a couple main missions before it does. Namely, one of those ones with Misty where she talks about the tarot or something. And then, because like in that moment you can pet the cat behind her apartment or behind her business. And then you should be able to access this where there's a shard here. And the shard is called Feed the Cat. You pick it up and you see this little dish here? You can put cat food in that dish. Now, normally, you wouldn't exactly have cat food on you. But as you're wandering around the city, you pick up random consumables around. Any one of those consumables around the city, it's going to be under... Which tab was it again? Where's my food? Did I? Oh, this is the tab. Okay, the one that says consumables, the pill. Any one of those consumables could be cat food. So that's one way, just randomly wandering around and finding it. Or there is a shop in Pacifica. So zooming out a bit, going down south. This is Pacifica. And then, let's see, you're going to get situated. I believe it is... This is the roller coaster here. I believe it's that area with the Voodoo Boys. Like, just below where their home base is, so it might be, like, a little bit to the north here. But there's a shop in that area where you can just straight up buy cat food. And maybe I can visit that later, but generally, if you find cat food, keep it. Because once you get it, you can slap it down there. And then go back to your apartment. And then you take a nap. You just lay down. Take a little nap. I think it's gonna like fast forward time by like 8 hours or something. But that should be long enough. To go back out here. Back out to the dumpster. And then the cat will be sitting right there eating from the dish right there. And you can just pick up the cat and bring him home. So yep, just next time you're playing, keep an eye out for cat food. I like that there's a little Jason Momoa looking guy over there when I was glitching out. See that before? Yeah, Misty is definitely her own person, isn't it? She's interesting. So obviously Cyberpunk 2077 is based on the tabletop books, the universe of the tabletop Cyberpunk 2077. And all of these main characters are based on their drawings and their descriptions in the core books. And Misty including she is stereotypically a mystic type character because the books describe her as such. I like that they gave her a little more substance with hanging out with Jackie as the girlfriend and everything. But past that, she doesn't really have much, does she? I don't think so. Are you in here? Are you taking a poop? Yep, you're taking a poop. Enjoy your poop. Oh, and Disgruntled, the other thing you missed while I was derping around early in stream was this computer here in your main apartment is how you get the new apartments. You have to go to net, and then down to Easy Estates, and then you can pick your new apartment from here, 4 of them here, or you can make over your current one. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different looks. But I think So Bred Tiger is your current one, that like your default look. Yeah, that was one of the things you missed early in stream, but now you know. And then of course we've got the other new thing is in your core apartments, or in your apartments, you can now change your appearance mid-game. So you can go back and like change everything about yourself outside of your voice and your body type, male versus female. So I love that. Looking good. Yeah, I like that they finally did that too. Absolutely. It is a little expensive, I'd say, for both the makeover of your apartment as well as getting the new apartments. Like, I've been doing every single mission I possibly can so far in this particular playthrough, and I'm sitting at almost 97,000. And for example, the one that we really liked with the Glen is 40,000, so that's almost half our money right there. and make over 10,000 for that. Is it the same price no matter what the look? Yeah, okay. So same price no matter what the look, 10,000 eddies each for making over your apartment. But the good thing is you can actually own all 4 apartments if you want, or all 5 I should say, because this is your 5th one, your default one. Nice. Nice. Of course, our new map changes. I like that we have the different symbols for everything now. You can actually tell like what the different things are before you get there, like Cyberpunk versus Gig versus main mission. Kind of helps you parse your time out a little bit better. Different filters. So you can see just the jobs. Service areas like food, Ripper docks, vendors, or maybe just drop points if you want, or vehicles, or your apartment, or tarot. Still need to go out and get all that tarot. But again, I think I'm just gonna restart completely on this particular playthrough anyways. Beelzebub has seen enough action. I want to start fresh. One of the new updates here that I haven't messed with yet was our talent points. So they completely redid the stats. Like, instead of under cool here, this was one of the ones that got the most changes. So we had the cold blood tree, and then I think they called it stealth before or something like that, but now they're calling it ninjutsu. So they're focusing it more on stealth kills like a ninja. So that's why they renamed it. And almost all these locked branch ones here are called something different, and they got balance changes too. Ah, no worries, no worries. Give me a second or two on my Starburst. Get a little snack. Welcome back. I'm still chewing on my Starburst. Unfortunately, I can't eliminate ads altogether, otherwise I wouldn't be here too often, you know? You could always subscribe! Alright, so Ninjutsu got renamed here. This used to be the stealth tree. And it used to be like most builds that were really effective, like they had at least a little bit of cold blood in them. I might still do that. But like, yeah, that animation was a little bit different. That's one of the ones that they adjusted the takedown from like above to below. And then Toxicology increases the duration of poison applied to enemies. So this is basically the debuff tree, it looks like. Blinding, yep. Detection time, crit chance. Oh, and they did fix it where you don't lose your knife when you throw it too. I should test that out. If I don't have a knife, I should make one. Oh, well, here's a little bit of a bonus thing for you. Temporarily, they're allowing people to download and play the game up to, I think it was 3 or 5 hours before they have to pay for it. So that way it kind of gives you a little bit of gives you a chance to try it out basically for a while. And then after that, it is on sale, currently on for $30. And that sale ends, I think, March 1st. So if you want to take advantage of that to get the base game for only $30, you only have a limited amount of time to do that.
Got another dry
Let me just do a new save real quick.
side
So one of the changes definitely was they made it so that you don't lose your knife.
There's a cold front moving in. Prepare for
Oh, okay. You must have been referring to poor in a different aspect then. I apologize. Yeah, initially I played it on Xbox, and I couldn't finish it on Xbox. It got too glitchy and it wouldn't let me proceed. So I ended up having to wait until they got it good enough for PC, and by that time I was able to stream it too. Yeah. I had to get it the day it came out though. I had to as well. It's just this game is right up my alley. I literally live in cyberspace, you know? So they made it so you don't lose your knife, and then there's also like a little UI where the knife boomerangs back, and it's a timer where you know it's about to come back to you. So this is a low quality knife that should come back to me slowly, but then the higher quality knives would come back to you quicker. So I think I need to invest in the knife throw skill in order to be able to throw it. Hold that one and then press that one. Okay. Let's try that. Hold this. Throw it. There we go. And that circle is our timer. And now I've got my knife back. There we go. There we go. And knife back. Ooh, headshot. I love it. I love it. It's awesome. I had only one glitch that messed with me when you were doing the talking car missions, but I found a workaround and it worked. And then the money glitch, yeah. That's actually one of the first things they patched out too with the first major patch, was they took out the quote-unquote money glitch. You can't just like cycle things through to increase your money, like by buying something out of the vending machine, I believe it was, and then selling it back at a higher price. Yeah. For now, I kind of make my money from, of course, the missions and a little bit of crafting as well. But the economy in general, they fixed with this patch too. You make more money on your various missions than you normally would. I think in general the cost of things like cars are less than they were before. Yeah. It was pretty terrible before. Just realized that Skippy is in the wall. Skippy is actually one of the iconic weapons and he's in the wall. That is so funny. I do kind of wish that they had all of the, like, a slot for every single named weapon. Even if it was its own separate room somewhere in, like, the penthouse Corpo Plaza apartment. Like, I would love that. How to mount my weapons? Like, how to mod them, you mean? Yeah, like a little Deadpool-esque armory room. Or even like when you finally get to the end game over there, when you have the nice place over there, if a whole room, like a whole wall of that apartment was just all the weapons you've gotten so far. Yeah. I would love it. When I get into a game, I'm a completionist. I have to do every single little thing. So when it comes to stuff like this, I'll play and play and play and play until I fill all those slots, which I got darn close on both the playthroughs so far. What was I talking about? Oh, right, talent points. I got distracted with the knives. Alright, so throwing knives, you actually get your knife back now. Crit chance, crit, stagger, takedowns, immunity, poison, that one's same, poison, poison, stealth, health, poison. Yeah, so this is stealth, status effects, and general sneakiness, it looks like, and a bit of crit chance in general. Cold Blood seems to be still cold. What's the maximum one here? While Cold Blood is active, increases crit chance by 5%, crit damage by 25%. 1% crit chance and 3% crit damage per perk level. Nice. So this is fully a crit tree now. Cold Blood is the crit tree. So Ninjutsu gets you a little bit, but Cold Blood gets you a lot of it. And then, of course, Cold Blood itself is the movement speed, too. And attack speed. Nice, nice. All of my special guns are stuffed in my stash. I kept... Yeah, same here. Like, even some of the non-named weapons I kind of keep, too. My first playthrough, I was thoroughly a hacker and a bit of crafting. A lot of crafting, I should say, but I love being a hacker. Like, I really like trying out this body build here that I was going for, because I can slowly walk towards people like I'm the Terminator and blast them with a shotgun and not feel too much on my own end, but being a hacker is so much fun. Getting all them debuffs and basically taking enemies out from far away. I generally prefer, in most games, to be able to take out my enemies from afar than getting up in their face. It looks like the Breach Protocol tree hasn't changed too much. This one looks mostly the same, too. 50% damn. Yeah, they did kind of balance things out. If anything, like the quick hacking tree looks a lot deadlier than it was before. I still have to be pretty high in order to get to the legendary quick hack. Oh, I've got to have a full tree to get to the legendary quick hacks. I usually dismantle the unique weapons. Oh no! No! You can't craft them again. If you get a unique weapon and it's, say, a green level gun, and you dismantle it, you can't get it again. You can't. It's gone. If you get it and then upgrade it to blue and dismantle the blue, you can't get it back to green. It's gone again. It's not, you lose the green one in making the blue one. It's still just the single one. Yeah, you screw yourself. I wonder if they changed that. I wonder if they patched that. Because that was one of the things that people complained about. And I did just save, so let's dismantle Psalm 11:16. That one's a named one. Let's dismantle it. Are you sure you want to disassemble this iconic item? So it does give you a warning now, at least, instead of just disassembling it. Yes, I want to disassemble my iconic psalm. Crafting. It was a gun. It was like a copper... Oh! I can still make it! I can still make it! Okay, so that must be something they patched in then. I'll reload my save so I can get my gun back, but... That's cool. Okay, so now you can actually get it back. You just lose it forever before, but now you've actually got it back. You did get the schematic, but it was before that you lost it. You couldn't make it again. You had to have the base one. Like if you made the green into the blue and you dismantle the blue, you lose it forever. Ooh, we should test that too. Let's see if we can craft Skippy. You guys are thinking of all the things that I just didn't think of at all. Blowing my mind here. Well, I pulled him out of my stash and he's not on the wall anymore. Alright, Skippy. It's time to go. I wonder if it'll even let me. Yes. Skippy's gone. Alright, and then crafting. What was he? Blue or purple? I think he was purple? Am I dumb? Maybe he was blue. Eh. That's their model for him. I think he's just gone forever. Yeah, he's gone forever. Because I don't see him in the crafting menu. He's not there. Chaos is in there. I forgot about that one. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, reload that. I don't want to lose Skippy. That hurt me a little bit too. Not gonna lie. I just hate that Skippy doesn't like me if I don't return him to Regina. I want him to be my friend forever. Forever and ever and ever. Interesting, interesting. Okay, I'm glad that they at least have the warning up for that now. That makes life a lot better for everyone. Oh, 50% RAM recovery rate. Damn. Chroma has started yandere.exe. Wait a minute. Did you link something? What's gonna happen if I click that? Drifter, is that a bad link? Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I just got rid of Monica. I think I got rid of Monica. I hope I got rid of Monica. That was a nasty virus. Wait. Let me ask Sundre Abal. Alright, Sundre 8-Ball. Is Monica still here? What? What? Sundre says that Monica's still around. Oh no. Okay, it just opens up a new browser and it's not nothing. It's nothing. Don't mess with me like that. Now I'm worried that Monica's still around, though. My goodness. Oh, damn. When entering combat, armor and resistances increase by 10% for 1 second. That's pretty good. I wish that was a little better, but it's pretty good. Some of these are still the same. Oh, I gotta test the running through class things too. Max health, armor, sprinting does not drain stamina. Although I think they balanced how much stamina gets used when you're sprinting anyways. I might not need that. Especially if I've got a pretty high body trait. Dismembering enemies with a shotgun or light machine gun reduces weapon recoil by 30% by 6 seconds. I think that one might have been the same. Burn. Weapon spread. I'm just generally hovering around the icons that look a little bit different to me. I think they might have just changed the pictures on some of these too. You deal more damage the faster you're moving. So yeah, that's one of the ones with the Terminator build that I was going towards. Let's see. Increases crit chance by 60%. And oh, and this is the Street Brawler one. Yeah. Okay. What damage? Yeah, this is all melee weapon shit. Like baseball bats and batons. Okay, that one mostly looks the same. Check this out. The enemy with rifle is weapon sway is nullified, and the weapon's spread does not increase for 10 seconds. I don't know if that's really useful. Why would you spend all 20 points in here for something like that? I remember one of the talents they said that they removed was something that has to do with swimming. Like you can swap weapons while swimming or vault while swimming or something like that. And that's just dumb because who uses weapons while you're swimming anyways? Not finding any info on the second Skippy. I'm wondering if I accidentally found a glitch or a secret thing. I don't suppose you happened to record it at the time, like you were on stream? Because if that's the case, I would be interested to see that, but, I mean, I still want to look into it, though. I still do, because if you encountered it once, you could probably encounter it again. They patch out a lot of stuff, but if that's... I don't remember hearing that or reading that anywhere other than just here today. So I wonder if that's still even possible. Like, if you could describe the building, like, was it the building that Regina's normally standing in? And then you just went back up there? You were exploring, jumping fences, and breaking into places. Ah, okay. Oh! So was it that big mansion? Because I know early on, before people got to the endgame content, they were jumping fences and stuff, and there was various videos online where they told you how to get into quote-unquote V's mansion before getting to the endgame content. So you could get there by wall jumping and scooching up walls and stuff. And in there is some unique things, but not to my knowledge. I don't think Skippy was in there, but probably a similar weapon to Skippy, like how we've got where is it? Come on, mouse, you can work. Like, you might have found the Yukimura sitting over there that looks a lot like Skippy. So, bigger mansion, bigger yard, you're thinking? This one is 2-story. That one is 2-story. And that was the main one that, like, some YouTube videos were pointing towards, like, you can wall jump and get over shit to get in there. Okay, okay. If you're sure, I believe you. I do believe you. Can you, like, I don't know, like, screen cap it and share that on Reddit or Twitter or something? Like, other people should know this. Other people than me should know this, that are professionals about wall jumping and shit. Like, I am not good at finding the secret areas. Like, if someone else does, I'm gonna go find it, you know, and try to retrace their steps, but usually I get distracted by things and don't finish what I initially set out to do. Like now, when I'm trying to look at my talent points and then I get distracted by chat. Okay, okay. Ooh, now that one is good. If you did a heavy crit tree, just a lot of cold blood, and then a heavy handguns tree, with that, oh man, Skippy would hit like a motherfucker. What's the next one?
That's what she said.
Indeed, that is what I said. Because Skippy automatically does headshots no matter what when you do the cold blood killer mode. That one. Ooh, increased fire rate. Is there an increased reload time? Or reduce? Yes, yes. I might have to do a pistol build on this next one. Yeah, because if you start, if you tell him initially that you want Cold Blood Killer, and then after the 50-some kills, he automatically switches to Pacifist Puppy mode, and then he's going only for limbs. Which is why, if you want to keep Skippy, you start with the Pacifist mode, do only limbs, and then after the 50-some kills, you're stuck with Headshot mode forever. Because when he's stuck in Headshot mode, no matter where you're aiming, he's gonna home in on a headshot and do, what, like 30% crit was that? Wait, let me look here. Let me look here. How much was our... It's under Cold Blood. I think the soft crit cap was something like 30 or 35% crit chance and then 50 or 60% crit damage, best I can remember when I was last looking into it. So yeah, like Skippy would, like if you walk in there with Skippy to shoot Adam Smasher, you can point the gun at the ceiling and headshot Adam Smasher with Skippy in like 2 or 3 rounds and just straight out kill Smasher. I'm sure of it. Character idea: if all unarmed character refuses to use guns or knives. So oddly enough, when I first did our full playthrough of this game on stream with all 9 endings, I did it up until we got to the point of the endings as a non-lethal playthrough. I killed no one. I went back and made sure to save NPCs that didn't even need to be saved. I reloaded saves on stream, so I could make sure to save people. And the only thing that changed that was in specific endings, it forces you to kill people. Like when you're doing the Pan Am ending, you're sitting in a tank and you can't proceed unless you start pew-pewing bad guys in the tank. So up until that point, in that playthrough, I did it non-lethal, and I have the stream to prove it. As even like when I turned in my Cyber Psycho attack missions, I made sure to show on stream that Regina was like, "Oh, you saved all the Cyber Psychos. Thank you for making sure that none of them died." I am very proud of that fact. It's a hard build to use. That's what I tried doing with my character. Too many guys doesn't work, and the super guys that didn't work. Yeah. Yeah, Adam Smasher. Adam Smasher is a piece of work. He is. Yeah, a lack of flesh. They call him Smasher because that's all he can do is just smash his Ken doll bits against whatever the heck he wants to bang. He ain't got nothing left below the neck, and barely even above. Adam Smasher, lore-wise, has survived 2 nuclear blasts, nuclear bombs, hitting him directly in the skull, and a building falling on top of him, and he's been rebuilt from the ground up, like RoboCop style. And what you see in-game is what's left of him, and then in-game, he gets hit by another nuclear attack. Like, I wish they went into that more in Cyberpunk 2077. Like, if you read the shards and stuff, you get a little bit of it, but you actually have to look up the lore online on a wiki somewhere to know that. They need to tell us that, so we know, like, why he looks so fucked up. Yeah, he's earned his ego for sure. He's a soldier for hire, an assassin for hire, and his whole shtick is if you hire him for a job, part of his contract says that there has to be loss of innocent life, otherwise he doesn't want to take the job. That's part of what makes him a bad guy, is he wants the bloodshed, the mayhem, the bloody mayhem. And what he's gotten to show for it is Arasaka picking up his bits of flesh that are left on the ground and putting them back together, RoboCop style. Successful headshot. Man. Yeah, that handgun build is looking really tempting. I'm probably not going to do a blade build. Even though blades are super cool, it does still require some timing with the attacks and the blocks and stuff. And I'm usually not a patient player. There's a reason why I'm not playing Dark Souls or the new game that came out, you know, Dark Omens, the Omens thing. Because I'm not a patient player. I want to, if something is in front of me, I want to just be able to pew-pew it and kill it outright. What's this? Is this one the same? Yeah, that one's the same. Okay, it looks like engineering tree probably didn't change at all. I don't see anything different here. Yeah. Interesting. Elden Ring. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know why I couldn't say the name of it. It's literally everywhere on Twitch right now. Yeah. I'm going to be the one streamer that does everything but Elden Ring. Alright, what haven't I done yet? Oh, I didn't do the phone stuff. So, the other thing that they put in was if you have a romantic interest in game, and this is one of the main reasons why I want to restart from scratch again, is from the point of first contact of that romantic interest, they will keep sending you messages of increasing sexiness throughout the game. So I'm looking forward to like getting back with River and then suddenly getting like a picture of him like leaning back in a hot tub or something like that. Like that's what I'm dreaming of happening here. I want to load back in and be like, go straight to River, be like, okay, let's start this relationship up. And then randomly, just out of the blue, get a sexy text from him. My goodness. I think we might actually get real dick pics. I think so. I think we might actually do it. Because from all that the developers were insinuating on that video that I watched, they were like, tongue-in-cheek, like, yep, we're gonna get pretty sexy with some of these messages. So if anything, maybe like you're randomly gonna get a text message from Pan Am and it looks like a photo shoot from Nicki Minaj, just booty all greased up and in your face and a little bit of string of a thong right between the cheeks. That's what I'm hoping for with Pan Am. And she's like leaning over the front of her hood or something. Be like, can you help me grease these wheels? Please, B. I need some help greasing my wheels. Here, I'm talking earlier about how I don't put NSFW content on my channel, and now I'm talking about Pan Am booty. I can't help it. I can't help it. Pan Am sends pics of cars. You might not be wrong. You might not be wrong. I was looking in here. I was expecting something from, well, maybe I didn't go too far with the romance stuff on this character yet. Let me see. Could it be under side job? Nope, not that one. Yeah, I think I didn't go far enough to get a real love interest on this character yet. That's probably why I don't have any sexy texts yet. Old friends. Nope, not that one. For my son. No. Yeah, I think that's why. Yeah, she's gonna send you a picture of a greased up engine, is what we're gonna get. Okay. So, one of the other things that... Okay, so we did that. I think what I'd like to do is get back to street level and test that police chase theory again, and test the vehicle mechanics in general. Like, they're supposed to have adjusted how cars handle. They handle a little more realistically. You can actually get in the car and drive in first-person view and not feel really disoriented or like you're leaning over the top of the dashboard, can't see shit. They apparently, like, they lowered the dashboard or lifted up V or something while you're sitting in the car. So we're gonna check that out too while we're at street level. She's going to call back to Saving Saul and send beat pics. I mean, whatever she wants to send me, she can send me. I'm not gonna kink shame. I'm not gonna kink shame. Unless those feet are covered in engine grease, in which case I might shame her a little bit.
In so long, I just lost my enthusiasm.
Alright, Colby. This one is definitely going to be one of those. This one rides kind of low. That one's... Where's my car? Over there. Oh, Colby! Colby! Found driving clunky previously myself. Otherwise, maybe visual was a bit restricted. Yes. Got to switch my camera. I usually drive in this view. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it does seem a little bit lifted up. Oh, I can actually look in my back seat now. I couldn't do that before. I could like look this way at the most, but I can actually look into my back seat now. Oh man, this car is filthy. See, you're a filthy person. I guess I can't demonstrate this too well because I don't have a big fleet of cars. I need to find like a really shitty low riding car and just jack it. Yeah, I usually can't stand driving in car like this.
Good morning,
Unless I've got like a character sitting next to me, because like it is really interesting when like Ozab is sitting next to me, he's talking to me, or Johnny's in the back seat. You can turn around and talk to Johnny. Neverest is here! Yes! Yes, yes, hello! How you doing today?
Dolphins can only survive in lab tanks.
I'd sure love to see him take a crack at world domination.
Oh my goodness, this is still janky for me though. Probably other people can do this better than me. I'm normally shit at driving cars anyways, but this is... I can't drive in first person like that. Did anyone else want to romance the bartender or Rogue, or was it... She is goddamn sexy too. She is. What's her name? I should know her name actually. I wonder if I've gotten any messages from her yet. I don't think I have. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The one who you do the races for, basically. You have to meet her at her garage and stuff. But yeah, she is pretty sexy. I know. How does it feel like seeing me Neverest as my 2D self? It feels... I feel a little flat today. I do. I feel a little flattened out. Find some more proper cars. See, unfortunately, I have to flatten myself out when I'm playing Cyberpunk here, because it is a very graphics-intensive game in general. I can't handle everything at the same time, unfortunately. Yeah, Rogue would be interesting. Rogue would definitely be interesting. Are you okay, Disgruntled, with some endgame spoilers with regards to Rogue? You just woke up? Oh, I'm so happy to see you, though. Just remembered that Rogue was in her 20s in 2020, so that means she would use our slang. Yes, I think Rogue... They should patch that in. They should patch it in that Rogue uses Pog. Johnny, blowing up Arasaka Tower. That's not very poggers of you. Right, here, let me try this truck. Here, get over here, truck. I wanna hijack you. Come here. Come here.
What do you want?
I want your truck. Don't drive away. Don't drive away.
You should be ashamed.
I should, but I'm not. There you go. Hey, yeah, this is better. I was definitely sitting lower in the truck before. This ain't bad now, and I can actually see my legs too. Can't turn too far in the back, although I guess there's not much back to this. Nice. It made me think of that one joke from Beetlejuice. The dead dude that was run over was asking how he looks. They said he was looking good, and his response was, "Good, I've been feeling a little flat." Johnny, you are no longer my little pog champ. That's perfect. That's just perfect. Yeah, this truck's cleaner than my own car. My last car was just absolute shit. There you go. Let's try this one. Pardon me, ma'am.
No, but I...
Alright, in general, I am seeing like a lot more mobility while I'm in car. No matter what model I'm getting into. Like if Johnny was sitting back there, I could finally see Johnny sitting in the back rear seat. That's nice. That's nice. Alright, so Disgruntled, you were saying you would find it cool if we were able to romance Rogue? We technically can. In one of our endings. If we choose an ending where you as Johnny and Rogue take on Arasaka Tower, and Rogue basically helms the attack instead of, say, Pan Am, instead of the Aldecados, instead of just you. Technically, there is a one-night stand with Rogue. But, it is also a little bit guilt-ridden, too, because there are... Rogue has changed. Rogue is not the same Rogue as, her little pogger self was in her 20s.
Perdóname, por favor.
Oh no, this one has a passenger. Okay, she's getting out. We find out, spoilers again, that Rogue has since had at least one child, and that child is now an adult. And despite that, we're taking Rogue on this literal suicide mission. So we're gonna leave some child out there without a mama, you know?
¿Me escuchas? ¡No me mates!
I don't think it's Johnny's. I don't think it's Johnny's kid. I had my suspicions at first, but it seemed like there was another guy. Let me think here. There was a shard we found where Rogue was like leaving a note or something to her beloved ones and mentioned a guy's name, and I think insinuated that that guy was the father. And it was something along the lines of, please take care of our son, you know, kind of a thing. So, yeah. To my knowledge, they haven't let Johnny have a child in this. I think they probably laid off on that sort of thing because it would change the overall universe lore of Johnny Silverhand, and he's the most popular character in the Cyberpunk universe, the Cyberpunk 2077 universe. So to do that would basically kind of shoehorn him into something, or out of things, I should say, with regards to any further games and whatnot, tabletop, video game, otherwise. So I'm not surprised. Can I hijack this? I can. Oops. Not oops. Alright, I guess it's time to test that police chase thing. There we go. There we go. I don't want to go too far. I want to get more police stars. Can I shoot? I can't shoot while I'm in the car, can I? Nope. I want more police stars. Oh, I should just run him over. Here we go. Man, that's really sturdy there. This way? Nope. Nope. That's a grenade. That's a grenade. Alright, can I run you? Nope, you're... There we go. I can't run you over. Whoops! That didn't work. That was not a thing. Oop! Let me fix that for you. I want to be able to, you to be able to express yourself. There we go.
Ouch, baby. Very ouch.
Very ouch. So yeah, Disgruntled, if you do ever get back into playing this in a little more thorough fashion, come tell me. Because there are things I want to help you with regards to early game stuff, like Mr. Bigglesworth, so one of the more permanent large choices in the game is where you send Jackie's body after the heist, and you don't realize until long, long afterwards that that is kind of a major choice. And the game doesn't exactly tell you that it's a major choice until it's long too late to even think about reloading the save. There is a way to get a quote-unquote bad end for Jackie, even though he's already dead, if you send him to the wrong place. So, like, in general, sending him back to his family is quote-unquote the right choice, because they just have a funeral for him and bury him. But if you send him back to Vix or anywhere else, the Arasakas come by and pick him up. And Jackie gets lost in limbo. He gets lost in a digital limbo. And it's kind of tragic. Yeah, yeah. It is interesting, though. Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, in general, sending him back to family is kind of the good choice. But, like, it's... I'm putting good in quotations because, like, you don't really... In this game, like any CD Projekt Red game, there is no straight fully good or fully bad choice for anything, really. There's consequences for both. I should say most things have a okay and a bad ending. Yeah, I love the cat shit. I love the cat thing. I did the choice because I think the bad choice you don't get his bike. Now that I found out the hard way too. Or I shouldn't say the hard way. That this run through. So we did our non-lethal 100% of the game playthrough on stream. And then we reloaded and did this version, this character version. And on this one, I decided to send him to the Ripper Dock just to see what would happen. And obviously later on in the game, I'm going to see that bad ending for Jackie. But also, I got a message from Mama Wells. And in that message, it was something like, we never did get to see Jackie. Oh, by the way, here's the keys to his bike. So you still get his bike, but it's more like, it's a little bit of salt in the wound that you didn't pick the right thing at the time. Getting a message from Mama Wells like that. I also thought T-Bug was going to be a bigger part of the game. Yes, yes. I'm a little bit pissed off that we didn't get more time with T-Bug. She is amazing. I love her character. I love her character so freaking much. Like, there's a lot of people that I wish got more screen time in general in the game. It'd be nice if they kind of opened up their romance choices a little bit too. I think that one of the reasons why they added in the extra text messages from the romance interest, the love interest, was the fact that characters like Kira Uridine kind of got very little romance screen time. It was, even the romance you got with Kira Uridine was very curt and not very filled out character-wise.
Hey, V.
Claire, that's her name.
Claire, right?
You come to talk about my offer?
So yeah, like, Claire doesn't get a lot of screen time outside of you literally walking in here and talking to her. And then Kiri doesn't get much either. Like, you get the side missions with him, but you don't get romance screen time is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Yeah, I fell in love with her during the tutorial. I even did the crazy guy side quest that had the motel made to look like a YouTuber. Can't remember his name. I want to say... Was it the guy who spoke Japanese only and kept saying stuff like, oh, people called me like the cheetah? I want to say that might be the guy. Oh, you're talking about Jesse Cox? The faulty dick? Are you talking about the flaming crotch man? Okay, okay. He was in the alley. Nothing rings a bell just yet. I'm gonna have to think on that one. Made to look like a YouTube. Oh, I know who you're talking about. The one who's always saying like the Alpha Centauri and they're lizard people from Alpha Centauri. Greg. Yes. Here, I went to go talk to Claire. Now I'm just turning right around. I'm being really rude to Claire. Let's see. It should be near Vic's place. So, like, that spot, I think. Yes. So, I think it might actually be Nevris. But someone from New Zealand... No, Brazil. Someone from Brazil was telling me that he's a famous YouTuber down there. And they made his character look like him. Gary the Prophet, yeah. So there's Gary the Prophet and there's also Ozob. That I think they're either one and the same real life person or two different guys from the same area. But they're supposed to like look like the real life things. Yeah. Female YouTuber if you chose the Nomad path. Yeah. Which actually I haven't done Nomad path on stream yet. Yeah, let me see if I can find it here real quick. Here's the thing. Based on... Alright, so Ozob, the guy with the grenade in his face, is made to look like Maximum Mike. No, wait, I got that wrong. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Bozo. No, I think we already knew that. Rizzo? I'm skimming through articles real quick here. So obviously he parodies Bozo the Clown, but it's actually, there's a YouTuber or Twitch guy who it's based on, who has that face. Jovem Nerd. For those who aren't Brazilian, Jovem Nerd has a podcast that was the third in the word to achieve 1 billion downloads. They are huge here. Ozob was created by Diev, co-founder of Jovem Nerd, in the 90s, then utilized as a character in the 3-episode podcast Cyberpunk campaign. There we go. Jovem Nerd. And then Gary the Prophet. Carnage is the real guy. Spelled C-O-H-H, and then Carnage. Which actually, it looks like him. Alright, and of course, Flaming Crotch Man is Jesse Cox. And then, let me see here. Nomad. Life Path. YouTuber. Star. I should put in Cyberpunk there. I should put in Cyberpunk on this one. Help with that. Alana Pierce. That one's completely new to me. I haven't heard of her. Alana Pierce is in the YouTuber that's in the Nomad Path. Interesting. The grenade-faced dude was dumb. Like, why one-shot a guy and then poof you? Well, and if you do all the beat on the brat missions afterwards, one of you get a bonus mission, as it were, where you get to melee fight Ozob, and by beating him, he rewards you with a legendary grenade that you can later craft, just called Ozob's Nose. So you can get a high damage legendary level grenade by doing all those, and then fighting Ozob at the end. And then, did anyone else want to do more stuff in Pacifica in this game, or was it? Me too. Me too. I feel like Pacifica is a little tame. Like, Pacifica is all built up like this crazy, chaotic area because there's basically several forces at play here trying to win the land, and the biggest one being the Voodoo Boys. They're constantly fighting both physically and digitally to try to reclaim Pacifica for themselves. There's constantly gunshots going off the background, people fighting each other, but mission-wise, you really don't get much. Like, I've already cleared out all the side missions, but I want to say there was like at the most like 8 or 10 in this area, and that's not much. Like when you compare it to like over here, this highly suburbanized area, there's a shit ton of missions over here. It's nothing. And then we've got next to Pacifica this giant area that's just like all of the whatchamacallit, like where the energy comes from for the city. And there's only like one mission there, or one mission just outside of it. That's it. It's dumb. They did say they were adding more content. Yeah, the boxing fights. Got my favorite car from there. I think the Jap. Yes. To my knowledge, I think the car with like that's supposed to have the best handling in general, like the good balance of handling and speed, is the one that's sold like out in the Badlands here, like just past the Dakota Smith there, like that area, I want to say. I think Dakota Smith sells it, but yeah, it's in that zone. It's a little bit expensive, but it's really good for like if you're gonna do the driving missions with Claire. Gosh, this city is so gorgeous. Disgruntled, were you here when we were testing the crowd mechanics, by the way? Like how the crowds react differently now? Shiny object. That's one of the side things I didn't do as races. Yeah. I gotta admit, I got some help the first time around I did the races, and then the second time around I did them myself. But yeah, they did fix them. The first time around, I had to get help because I'm not good at driving in general, and there were some unfair things that would happen during the races and stuff too, so I think I should be able to do them on my own, no problem. Yeah, one of the things they changed was crowds are going to react like 8% of these people in front of me, instead of running away, are going to fight back. Hey, no one's fighting back. Like, there we go, that guy is. These guys aren't. No, that's police. That's police. Well, at least one of those guys were supposed to fight back. Hey, I got full stars this time. I guess the most I can get is 4. Good to know. Good to know. My goodness, my goodness. Righty, so I think how we're sitting here is I did experience just about everything we possibly can with the new patch that I can at this point without, like, I basically have to start completely fresh again to see some of the new content that they added in. So I think what I'd like to do is probably end stream for tonight. And wait, let me get to my thing. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I gotta... Let's close this. There we go. There we go. Now I can probably talk. Where's my face? There's my face. So I think for tonight I'm gonna end stream. And next time around, we're just gonna plain old start fresh. We're just gonna plain old start fresh with Cyberpunk, do a whole new character, and see like what messages we get, see the new missions that are gonna drop in, things like that. I don't have a ETA what day we're going to do that just yet. Probably one of our grab bag game days, obviously. Wait, I don't like this song. Let me go to this song. Yeah, that one's better. I'm sorry. It's just also generally getting a little bit late for me, too. I know Never's only just now joined us and all, but it is 5 a.m. I'm real darn close to when I should be going to bed. Oh, thank you for Hydrate. I just said I'm going to bed soon, and then I took a swig of Mountain Dew. What have I done to myself? I can't believe you've done this. So, okay. So we can look forward to more Cyberpunk. We're just going to start fresh with character creation. I'm going to make sure to give us plenty heads up on that. I'm probably going to do that particular stream earlier in the day, too, so everyone can get a chance to have some character choice input. 3M for you. My goodness, it's a little late for you, too. Although, you're probably not like me. I work 3rd shift, so this is not too bad for me, but I still should think about what's going to happen
Houston, we
tomorrow.
have a problem.
I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best, Drifter. So, next stream, though, is going to be Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. We're going to continue our Strange Stream Day, which is we're playing through all of the Life is Strange games. We're currently on Life is Strange 2, Chapter 4 out of 5. So I imagine things are going to really start ramping up here on the Life is Strange story. And then Saturday, likely 2 a.m. Eastern, but it could be earlier start time, is our Grab Bag Game Day. I could do more Cyberpunk, or I could see a different shiny object on Steam. We'll just have to see. As long as you're on Discord, you should know what's going to happen before it does. Let's see what other things here. Before you go, make sure to... Yeah, no more milk duds. We're past... We've, oh, that one tickled my nose. Eh! Achoo! Oh. Sad faces tickle my nose. As far as I know, I don't think we're going to be able to see that one chick anymore that I kind of fucked up my romantic chance with, but we'll see what happens. I have literally no idea what's going to happen with the game. I don't know, maybe in the next town we go to, there's going to be more milk duds. That's how the game is treating me lately. Random horny teenager then doesn't even get his chance with any milk duds. Just fucks up the chance. I want to thank our latest follower, Grum Larkin. I can't wait to check out their stream. They look like a really cool VTuber. And I'm going to continue adding some little commands to chat here too. Like I've just finally fixed our shout out command here. So literally anyone can use this now. You can shout out yourself if you want to on stream. And Sundre 8-Ball has been fixed, so there's no Monica and Sundre 8-Ball anymore. And there's also a secret chat command that I'm not going to tell anyone about. I'm just going to say there's a secret chat command. If you find it, then you get rewards. Milk. Oh, buds. Buds, huh? Well, I mean, we were doing a lot of weed shit last chapter too. And I think I cut my fingers more than I cut the buds. That was kind of bad. Let's see. I think next up we should probably just go ahead and raid someone. If there's anyone you'd like to raid, I'm very open to suggestion. I know there's lots of people in the community I have yet to meet. There's people you know that maybe I don't. Let's see who's even online tonight. My goodness. Like, this is the time of night, like, most people are in bed. Oh, Flint is on. They're doing Elden Ring. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Like, if you guys don't have any suggestions, we'll just go ahead and raid Flint. Because why not? It's been a while since I've checked on Akadi. I need to make sure that she's okay. So sometimes, eventually we need to save Akadi from poor old Flint. Wait, did I type that right? Nope, I did not. I forgot the at. I also should have done slash and not exclamation point. There we go. Alright, cool. Thank you again for joining me tonight, guys. I can't wait to hang out with you again on Wednesday. Have a lovely evening, Cyberpunks.